Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Stitches and Stencils, which is a series that I started with MK and Sandy over at Some Assemblage Required and State Goddess, respectively, but we've opened it up to other people playing along as well. And what I was showing you there are some stitching templates from MK's Template of the Month Club. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it is this subscription where you get a few different stitching templates each month. And so I participate in that, and I am using the April ones, which are the umbrella, the boots, and the cloud with the sun. And then I might have snuck in a sneak peek of one of the May ones, and given there's only one other one on there, you can guess what that is. I do apologize that there's this mysterious little square or rectangle floating around on my screen. It's because I forgot to put Post-its over my kiddos' faces that I take care of, and I needed to go ahead and block out their faces. So I apologize for that. I am using some papers from the Artful Moments collection from Vicki Boutin. This one had a circle on it already, so I just went ahead and cut the circle out of the middle. The circle was already drawn on it, so that's why I was inspired to do a circle. And then I'm using this other warm colored one because the photos that I have, one of the kids is wearing a red and pink jacket, and I chose that paper because it looks like the tops of umbrellas. In the photos, they are puddle jumping. You can kind of see those off on the right-hand side. Also, if you wait towards the end, I believe I've got some slow pictures, still pictures, not slow pictures, for you that show you the pictures with their faces covered up. So I apologize that I had to do that for the video purposes, but the still shots are okay. So I am gluing these two pieces together with some liquid glue. I did use some black distress ink on the inside of that circle, even though it already had black on it. It was a little thicker black in some areas than other areas because it was drawn like a sketchy circle, not because I didn't cut it straight, which I'm sure could have been the reason as well. I did also distress it, which also removes some of the black ink that was already on pre-printed on the paper. So I wanted to add that back, and I just used my distress tool from MK's shop. Again, some assemblage required. I am going to be using some wood veneer from her shop. You'll see the flowers in the upper left-hand corner. Those, I believe, were, I don't know if they're the March or April release. And then the piece that says Wild Bunch was a custom piece that I had made for a retreat, and I custom ordered those from MK. So that is not in her shop. I am borrowing a stencil from her because she's actually sitting next to me at this retreat that we are at, and I didn't bring my stencils because she brought hers. So I am just using her blending brush with whatever is on it to blend through the clouds there. And I think it's probably pumice stone is the color that is most on that blending brush. So I did the same to color up all of my stitched pieces. I just used her blending brushes with whatever color was already on them. I didn't go redip them into anything. So I've got a little bit of yellow, pink, green in the umbrella. There's also some blue and purple. And the boots, I'm just leaving those pink. I know you can't see them right now, but in the still shots, you will see them. I also borrowed this other stencil from another friend, Stephanie, who was sitting across from me. And I'm adding a little bit of these hexagons kind of to play off of the idea of the hexagons that are in the background paper. And I'm liking how that's looking. It's very subtle, not in your face. And I think it looks good. So I'm going to leave it at that. I am going to ink up some of the flowers, just the centers of the flowers, and I'm going to borrow MK's brown brush, which already has brown on it, and I'm going to just use whatever's on there, basically. So I'm going to pull the centers out of the flowers. So they all have all of these wood veneer pieces have a masking over the top. You need to remove the masking. You can do it in stages and ink things up, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pull the center off And then I'm going to ink it with the brown, and then I'm going to remove the petals and the little dots that are in the center that kind of make it look like there's like stamen or something like that in the middle. And so that's going to just give some added color to these pieces, which I thought would be nice because the inside piece of where it says Wild Bunch is a darker brown. So I'm going to do that so that that darker brown kind of is brought up to the upper left corner as well as the bottom right corner. And then I'm going to go back and do a little bit more stencil work with this hexagon stencil. I will show you the name of that hexagon stencil in a bit. It is from Studio Light, or I think it's Studio Light Art by Marlene or something like that. I don't know if it's actually one of Marlene's. It is Studio Light though. And I'm going to show that to you, but it comes up really fast on the screen. I will try to put a link for it down below if it's available. It's not my stencil, so I don't have a reference point other than what's in this video to go off of at this point, but I will link it there if I can find it for you as well. Adding a couple more little clouds because I kind of felt like I should have made them a little closer together, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and leave it as is, and I am popping up that cloud cluster onto some foam. I did not pop the boots up onto foam. I left them as they are, and I just used some thread that I already had on hand. It's not DMC thread. I'm not sure what brand it is, but I went ahead and used this variegated pink and red thread for the boots and a variegated multicolor pastel for the umbrella, and then I used the red and the green for the tulips and the yellow and the gray for the cloud and the sun. And I'm liking how that's looking so far. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with this third flower. I actually have 3 more flowers that I could use, but I'm only going to use one of them because I feel like 5 would be a little bit overkill, especially with everything else going on. And I already have a wood veneer in the bottom right, so I didn't want to add to that. But I am going to actually pull out another piece of wood veneer. It's just going to be a bird on a I was going to say a stick. A bird on a small branch, basically, maybe a twig, I don't know. And I'm going to bring that to the upper left-hand corner because I'm going to put a label up there to do my journaling on, since I don't really have a journaling spot. I could have really just done the journaling down by the boots off to the right-hand side, but I decided to add that label because it's going to bring that pink color up to the upper right-hand corner as well. And so I thought that was going to disperse the pink a little bit better throughout my layout and make it a little bit more balanced, since I've got color in 2 areas. But the gray, because it's such a light gray and there's just some yellow there, it felt like it needed a little addition to that upper right-hand corner. So there's my label. And again, I'm going to just find, I did play around with adding more labels. I do add a little bit of the paper that I backed the photos in, and just to bring a little bit more of that pinky color up there, pinkish red. And then I'm going to call that pretty much done, except for adding the little wood veneer bird up there. And I think that's going to just kind of finish it off and make it super cute. Again, I apologize that I have this big rectangle over the middle. I know I'm like apologizing for it left and right, but not only is it annoying for you, it does take me extra work to go ahead and block out all of those faces, and it's time consuming. And who wants to do that? Especially when it was all based off of your own mistake of not, doing things up front. So not your mistake, my mistake. But anyway, I want to remind you there are a bunch of people playing along with this series, so go and check out their channels. The link is down below for the playlist for Stitches and Stencils. Don't forget to check out Sandy and MK's channel for sure. And thank you for spending time with me today. I really do appreciate it. And hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this, with the omission of that big rectangle. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I promise not all of my layouts have big squares over them. But I will be back again with another video soon. So take care, have a great day, and come back and check that out. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.